Hey party people, this is Zach from visionswell.com, products and principles for a simple, serene life. And today, I've got a really fun, cool, new little unique flashlight to check out for you to maybe add to your EDC, or it would be a great gift for a child or someone who likes just little fidgety EDC gadgets. This is the Loop Dot. It's a new flashlight from a company called Loop Gear. It retails for $49.99 US typically, but it's currently on sale for $39.99. It's really fidgety because it has this little gear twist here. If you can hear that clicky action of when you're ratcheting it around, it's really fidgety and feels good on your finger to kind of move it up and down, move it back and forth. It has a full-on RGB display, so when I turn it on, you can see me kind of rotating through here. You see the way the color's moving. Really bright, nice display on it. It has a ton of different options. It actually has 11 mini games built into it. So I'm not going to go through every single one, but we can go through a couple and you can see kind of what that looks like. It also has a 400 lumen spotlight. So if I hit the button on the top, when it was on the correct avatar, that means that it's in flashlight mode, you can get to that. And then you can also use this little ratcheting mechanism on the front to go through the different lumen levels and turn it up or down, down or up, turn it on or off with the little button that's on the top here. And before I get into this any further, I just want to mention that this little holder that it's inside of is actually sold separately. And this is called the Dotclip. And it retails for $11.99. I wish it was more like $5, but even $12 isn't terrible. You have this little lanyard here that you can put around your wrist so you don't lose it, to pull it easily in and out of bags. Or if your child needs to like clip this to their shirt when they're riding their bike or walking at night, you have a hands-free way to operate this as well. And it's kind of a nice rubbery plastic feel to it. And I like having this as an option if I don't want to just carry it in my pocket. So then back to the flashlight here. Like I said, it has a 400 lumen spotlight. So if I turn it on, you see the little spotlight appear here. And then you can use the ratcheting mechanism to go through the different lumen levels up and down. And then if you want to switch to the floodlight mode, you hold the button on the top. It switches to this little iris floodlight mode on the front, which is cool. And this one gets super bright, so you can ratchet it back up. It has a little bit warmer of a yellow beam. And this is great for illuminating a large area. And again, you can ratchet it up and down with the little ratcheting mechanism. So it's really fidgety and really cool. So it's just a really cool little useful flashlight in and of itself. Even if that was its only feature, it's still pretty cool. And then you can also double click it to go into turbo mode. And that works in both lighting modes. And then if you triple click it, it goes into this crazy strobe mode. So that's really useful if you need to be visible on the side of the road or if you're riding your bike, that's really visible. So let's see how the turbo mode looks in the spotlight. So if I double click, it goes into turbo mode, super duper bright. And then if you triple click, it goes into the strobe. So you have a lot of different options for illumination in this really tiny little device. This device only weighs 40 grams, so it's super lightweight. Throw this in your pocket, throw it in your sling bag, backpack, you could throw it in your purse. You have a lot of decent illumination and also some fun little fidgety and mini games built into this tiny little device that measures in at 2.36 by 1.81 by 0.78 inches. So it's incredibly small, fits perfectly in the palm of my hand, and it's smaller than my pinky finger. It has a little USB-C charging port on the bottom, so you can easily recharge this. And then, like I said, the on-off button and function button at the top, and then the little ratcheting mechanism. So if you turn this back on, if you press it 4 times, you can get back into the modes as far as switching through the different modes. We can go through a couple of them. This one looks like the number 3 or like a bunny. So if you click once, you can kind of play it like a game where you move the blue around the little bunny there. If you go into this other mode, you can click it once. And then there's a whole bunch of different games built in. So let's go to some of these. This one's just a counter where you can rotate it and go from 0 up to 10. So it's just a little fidgety thing, and it actually has some force feedback or some vibration as you go through the numbers. Double click to get back to that menu. Go to another one. This one goes up to 99. It's another similar little counting mechanism. Double click again, go back to the menu. Let's try this one. This one is like a yes, no button, which is pretty cool. So you could like hold this up and sarcastically be like, yes, no, if you want to give someone a response without speaking. Let's see what this plus minus is. Oh, this is like a left, right. So if you want to tell someone, oh, turn left here, turn right, turn left, you have that ability too. So it's just a cool little goofy thing that you could use if you were bored, if you were sitting still and you just wanted to play with something, especially for a young kid. This might keep them occupied silently. And if I double click again, I can go up to the topmost menu. Let's go to this number 2 here. There's a smiley face, some other shapes. Let's start with the smiley face. And the smiley face has its own little sub menu here. So let's see what this little exclamation point is. Okay, cool. So that's just a flashing red light. There's this one that's red and blue, and it flashes between red and blue. There's a red and white one, does the same thing, just red and white, and then it combines the beams. You have this raindrop looking one, and you can rotate the fidget toy to control the speed of it. It actually looks like, you know, matrix text falling down the screen, like that green matrix coding language that you see in the movie. It's kind of what that reminds me of. And you can change the color. Oh, there you go. Let me go back to that green color. Oh God, I keep skipping over it. This is more like the matrix text I was talking about, so speed it up. Imagine you're Neo going into the Matrix, punching Agent Smith in the face in slow motion. There you go. And if you double click, you can go back to the menu. I don't know what this symbol is, but let's see what this does. It's almost like a series of comets or missiles going by, and you can control the speed with the ratchet. Then you have this flame one, and you can control the speed of the flame licking by using the little ratcheting tool on the top. So that's an interesting little RGB toy. Then you have this shield looking thing. And again, you can control the speed, and it just goes through a bunch of colors. You have this yellow one. And it's just a solid color that you can go through. And then this one looks like it has a gradient of colors. And yeah, it just flashes through a bunch of different colors, and you can kind of control the speed of its pulsing. And then I don't know what the symbol is, maybe a P. Oh, and it just says Loop Gear. So there's a little built-in advertising. I think that's the last one for this sub menu. So if I double click again, I can go back to the higher level menu to check out some of these other ones. And then this one's really cool. It's like you have a little water droplet in here, and as you move it around, it sloshes around the inside like it's a liquid inside the device. So that's actually pretty cool. And then this arrow, you can shake it, and you can use it almost like a spin the bottle type thing, where it'll point to a random thing. So that's actually pretty cool if kids were playing a game or something. Hopefully not spin the bottle, but maybe they were. You have that ability there. Then you have this little flame one here that you can shake up and it'll make... Oh, I get it now. At first I thought it was random shapes, but this is actually a rock, paper, scissors game. So you could pass it back and forth and shake it up. There's rock. There's scissors. Scissors again. Rock again. Scissors again. I'm trying to get paper, but it's that one that kind of looks like a hand. And this one, just kind of fill the screen with dots. This one is like a single die, so it starts on 1, shake it up. There we go, I got 6. There's 5. If you needed a die, if you had a board game and you lost the die, you could use that for this, so that's pretty cool to see as well. So yeah, all in all, this is like a really awesome little device. I could see a kid pushing these buttons and playing with it for a long time. You may just want to be careful about the age of child that you gift this to, because if they're still too young, they may still be like shining flashlights in people's eyes and things like that. I recommended this to a friend and she said she would have to wait until her son was older because he's still shining flashlights in people's eyes. So you don't want to cause any eye damage to people. So I suggest you wait till they're like, I don't know, maybe 6, 7, 8 years old. Then maybe they could handle this and make sure they learn not to shine flashlights in people's eyes. But overall, I think this is a really interesting, cool device. Especially for on sale for under $40. I think this would be a great stocking stuffer or something to buy one of your friends' kids, nieces, nephews, something like that, if they want something to play with. And I feel like kids at school would get a kick out of this, so it would be something cool that they could show off. And it could also keep them occupied if there's someone who's a little bit more listless and they can't sit still. If you're at a restaurant for a family dinner and you just want them to have something in their hands that shuts them up, this might work for that. So yeah, if you want to check out a really cool, really interesting, unique kind of EDC flashlight, check out the Loop Gear Loopdot. Use the link in the description below to get it for the $39.99 instead of the $49.99. And yeah, you can have some fun with this too. I'm not giving this to anyone. This is going to go in my keep pile. I think this might be my little mini flashlight that I bring with me from now on in case I need something to play with. And it's kind of fun to mess around with. Yeah, it doesn't fit a minimalist lifestyle. It's pretty extraneous and frivolous, but you know, sometimes stuff is just fun. And if I'm going to get use out of it, it's going to live in my pocket. It's small enough, it's compact enough, and it's fun to play with. I say it's worth making pocket space for it. If you have any other fun flashlights to recommend for me, please leave a comment below. Please like, comment, and subscribe because it helps the channel out a lot. If you want to pick up any of the gear that I've decided not to keep at a deep discount, go to my eBay store in the link below and make me an offer. I usually accept them because I'm trying to get rid of a bunch of stuff. If you want to pick up any of my merch, like this cool little notebook, or any of my coffee mugs, hats, t-shirts, hoodies, slings, drinkware, anything like that, click the link in my description below. Thank you as always for watching. I really appreciate everyone and the time they've taken to like, comment, subscribe, because I love starting discussions with you guys. I love hearing your ideas and your personal anecdotes. So feel free to leave those below. I love reading them and responding to them. And with all that being said, I will definitely see you in the next video. Take care.